Korean Shamanism story of Cho Sung-je. Singing at the End of the World. A woman who covers up people's difficulty like one's mom. Shaman Seo is carrying on the tradition of Hamgyongdo Bangmukgut, which is one of the dying tradition of Korea. And she is currently trying her best to revive the original form of Hamgyongdo Bangmukgut, which have already disappeared. Today, Shaman Seo is doing a special good in the valley of Taebaek Mountain where crows utter furious cries. This good is done to make Grim Reapers to go back empty-handed by deceiving them as if the person they came to pick up have already passed away by doing the fake funeral. We can feel the wisdom and wit of our ancestors in this ritual. The shaman shakes the obangi to purify the place for the gut. Obangi is a flag that represents 5 bearings, 4 cardinal points and the middle. They prepare 3 pairs of straw shoes and plenty of foods for the 3 Green Reapers. The reason why they prepare food is to prevent the Green Reapers being upset even though they go back empty-handed by feeding them with food. First of all, the shaman Seo starts a ritual called gopuri, which is removing the resentment of our ancestors that have not been removed in their lifetime. Go, which is used in gopuri, is a knotted string or a fabric that represents the resentment of the ancestors. Untying the knot has a meaning to pray for the sick to be recovered from the illness as fast as possible and live a healthy life. Usually, they use a go with 12 knots or 7 knots. For the ease of ancestors' resentment, they use a 12-knotted go. And to apologize to the god of Chilsang, they use a 7-knotted go. The shaman then again pulls out the obangi. By doing this, she foretells how the gut is going to be processed today. The shaman tells the god the history of the patient's family by singing along to the sound of 장구 and the oral sound. To add, 장구 is one of the Korean traditional percussion instruments. She prays for the extension of the patient's life to the guardian spirit of the mountain. evaluates the situation of the patient and foretells what bad spirits the patient should get rid of to recover from illness.
이보소 이 높은 산에 와서 살려달라고 하니 안 살릴 수도 없고 그렇다고 해서 저 사장님 내가 어찌해서 그냥 가겠소. 사장님 내 어떻게든 저 한 상 잘 받아주고 저 초상은 치고 가야 되지.
To save the sick patient, they should take a fake funeral and deceive the Grim Reaper.
양 짐 지고 양 손에다 내가 재물도 주고 내가 의복도 내가 해가지고 저 사장님 내 눈을 가려가든지 옳게 가든지 거꾸로 가든지 우리 대주만 살리는 게 먼저이요. 그러니 저 대주 내가 살릴 적에는 아야지야 하는 소리 머리 아파라 눈 아파라 가슴 아파라 속 아파라 하는 거 석하니 내가 물리고 갈 적에 급주당이야 속주당이라 급주당은 아니지만 속주당이라. 근데 지금은 아이고 아프다가 덜 아프다가 또 아프다가 덜 아프다가 더 아프다가.
The shaman says the reason why the patient got ill is because of a thing called chudang, so they have to get rid of it. Chudang is an evil spirit that gets into people when they go to funerals. If you are haunted by it, you can get illness without any clear reason, and severely, it can even lead to death. The shaman gives out a gongsu so that the patient can recover from illness and live a normal life, though it could not be a full recovery. The term gongsu is a revelation of the god, conveyed through the shaman's mouth. The shaman puts a doll on the mat, which is a substitution of the patient, and informed to the people that somebody have died in certain date for some reason.
세상을 버렸다 하네. 불쌍해서 어떡해요. 동네 사람들 오소 당시대주 죽었다네. 아이고 아이고.
The shaman takes a left turn around the doll, which is a substitution of the patient, and laments his death. She takes a left turn because taking a left turn is the road to the Hades, and it has a meaning to lead the dead spirit to the next world. Originally, they make a fake tom and go around the tom in circle, but today they substitute the mat as a tom in an informal way. The shaman stops taking a left turn and starts to take a right turn instead. Taking a right turn means the patient coming back to this world alive right before he walked into the next world. The shaman holds up the doll and tells the Grim Reaper to go back because she will take the deceased instead, and she tries mournfully to deceive the Grim Reaper. Grim Reapers who came to take the deceased with the list goes back to their world realizing that the shaman has already led the deceased to the next world. Then the patient gets recovered from illness. shaman goes around in circle holding the doll and prays for the recovery of the patient. The shaman dances with the headscarf used to dress up as a shift mourner, the hemp cloths draped over her shoulders, and the straw shoes that the deceased will wear. The shaman rips the hemp cloths to wash away the spirit of the patient, which was put on her own body. Lastly, the shamans start to dance intensely, holding the 신장칼, which is a knife used to run after the evil spirit. This is done to get rid of the bad spirit that the patient was possessed of. She turns round and round repeatedly and suddenly throws the 신장칼. They consider that they could get rid of the ghost only when the point of the sword is facing out. The shaman then holds up the 오방기 again and foretells if the patient can recover from illness by the results of the 굿. The shaman once again holds up the 오방기 and prays for the medicine to act well for the patient. 헛장굿, a ritual to pray for the patient's recovery by deceiving the Green Reaper. 망묵굿, a ritual to prevent the deceased's way for the next world being lonely by calling his or her friends to accompany. Seen from these rituals, Korea's 굿 is a valuable cultural heritage since it keeps our national identity. Even today, Korean shaman Seo Yu-jung is putting effort into carrying on the tradition of 함경도 망묵굿, which is being forgotten. Hope 망묵굿 could regain its original form and be passed down for a long time.